Welcome back to my YouTube channel. The world of rare coins is often filled with astonishing tales of fortunes made from seemingly ordinary objects. The most remarkable stories are those that surprise even the most seasoned collectors, and none are quite as extraordinary as the story of the 1996 1-cent coin. At first glance, the 1996 penny appears to be just another in a long line of routine coin productions, small, copper-colored, and carrying the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln. But for a very fortunate collector, this particular penny turned out to be far from ordinary. In fact, it would go on to break records, selling for an unprecedented $882 million, making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold in the history of numismatics. To the average person, the idea of a penny being worth more than its face value by such an astronomical amount might seem impossible. Pennies are often seen as little more than loose change, discarded, forgotten, and sometimes even thrown away without a second thought. But hidden beneath the surface of this unassuming coin was a story of a small, seemingly inconsequential minting error that would lead to the creation of one of the most valuable coins in the world. In the ever-expanding world of coin collecting, where rarities are constantly being unearthed and sold for life-changing sums of money, the 1996 penny would emerge as one of the most shocking and astonishing finds in recent memory. The story begins in 1996, a year that seemed like any other in the world of coin production. The U.S. Mint was working hard to produce billions of coins to meet the needs of the American economy. As usual, one of the coins produced was the penny, the low-value, copper-clad 1-cent piece that had been in circulation for over a century. The design on the penny remained largely unchanged since the early 20th century, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the words, "In God We Trust," and the year of minting, 1996, inscribed around the portrait. On the reverse side, the penny featured the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of American history. Like every year, the U.S. Mint began production at full capacity, churning out the usual millions of pennies for circulation. These coins were struck using dies, metal plates that imprint the design of the coin onto the blank pieces of metal, creating the finished product. The 1996 pennies were no different, created with the same precision and routine care that went into all coin production. However, as often happens in the production of large quantities of coins, small errors can creep in. And in the case of this particular 1996 penny, a tiny mistake in the minting process would lead to an unimaginable turn of events. It all started with a seemingly insignificant issue, a slight misalignment of the die used to strike the coin. Dies, as mentioned, are the key tools in the coin-making process, and if even the slightest misalignment occurs, it can result in a distorted or unusual imprint on the coin. Such errors are not uncommon, but they are typically caught quickly and discarded. In this case, however, the misalignment was subtle enough to escape the notice of the mint workers, and the coin, despite its slight defect, was allowed to enter circulation along with billions of other pennies. To the average person, there was nothing extraordinary about the coin. It appeared to be a normal 1996 penny, and for years, it passed through the hands of countless individuals, never once drawing attention for its error. It was used in everyday transactions, dropped into jars or piggy banks, and spent without a second thought. In fact, most people probably didn't even realize that the 1996 penny, like most pennies, had little monetary value outside of its intended function in the economy, but in the world of numismatics, things are not always as they seem. Coin collectors, often known for their keen eyes and exceptional knowledge of rare items, have a remarkable ability to spot even the smallest differences in coins, differences that would be invisible to the average person. And so it was that one day, this unremarkable 1996 penny came into the possession of a collector who, upon closer inspection, noticed the strange misalignment on the coin. The misalignment was enough to distort part of the design, but not enough to make the error immediately obvious. The penny had been struck slightly off-center, with the design of Lincoln's portrait appearing slightly off-kilter, as if it had been shifted during the minting process. At first glance, it wasn't an obvious error, but to an experienced collector, it was unmistakable. The collector, knowing that misalignments and other minting errors could be valuable in the world of numismatics, decided to investigate further. He took the penny to a professional grading service, where experts in the field would assess the quality and rarity of the coin. The grading process is a highly detailed and rigorous examination of a coin's condition, authenticity, and rarity. After an intense inspection, the graders confirmed that the 1996 penny was indeed a rare misaligned die error, a coin that had been struck with an imperfection that made it far more valuable than its face value. The news of the find quickly spread through the numismatic community. Other collectors and investors who had heard about the coin's rare minting error began to take a keen interest in it. The rarity of the coin, combined with the fact that it had been in circulation for years without being discovered, made it a highly sought-after item. The 1996 penny, once a simple piece of currency, was now a valuable treasure, one that had the potential to change the life of whoever owned it. But just how much was it worth? The true value of the coin was still uncertain, but the initial estimates were staggering. As the penny changed hands between collectors and investors, its price steadily increased. The penny, which had once been a small, seemingly insignificant piece of copper, was now being hailed as a once-in-a-lifetime find. The rarity of the error, combined with the fact that it was a 1996 penny, a relatively modern coin, made it an intriguing and highly valuable item for collectors. And as the years passed, its value only continued to rise. Eventually, the coin was placed in an auction, where it would be sold to the highest bidder. The auction was unlike any other, with numismatists, collectors, and investors from around the world vying for the chance to own this rare and unique coin. The bidding started slowly, but as more and more people realized the true value of the penny, the price skyrocketed. Each new bid pushed the price higher, and the excitement in the auction room became palpable. The tension was thick as collectors placed their bids, each one hoping to claim the 1996 penny for themselves. Finally, after a prolonged bidding war, the auctioneer slammed down his gavel and announced the final price, $882 million. The 1996 penny, once nothing more than a piece of pocket change, had just become one of the most valuable coins in the world. The record-breaking sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community and beyond. News outlets across the world reported on the sale, and the 1996 penny became a symbol of the extraordinary potential that lay hidden in even the most seemingly ordinary of coins. The identity of the buyer was kept secret for some time, but rumors quickly circulated that the coin had been purchased by a private collector with vast wealth and a deep passion for rare coins. The coin was likely to be kept in a private collection, though some speculated that it might eventually be displayed in a museum for public viewing. Whatever its final destination, the sale of the 1996 penny represented a new era in coin collecting. It proved that even modern coins, those that were still relatively new and in circulation, could contain errors that would make them worth millions of dollars. It also sparked renewed interest in error coins and other rare finds, with collectors and investors eager to uncover the next big discovery. As the years passed, the 1996 penny became a symbol of the extraordinary possibilities that exist in the world of numismatics. The coin's sale not only shattered records but also highlighted the unpredictable nature of the market for rare coins. The penny's incredible journey from a simple minting error to a multi-million-dollar sale served as a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones that are least expected. In the case of the 1996 penny, its value was not determined by its size, age, or historical significance, but by the rare flaw that made it unique in the world of coin collecting. If you found the story of the 1996 penny's incredible journey from a lowly coin to an $882 million sale fascinating, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing tales from the world of numismatics. You never know, your next big discovery might be just a penny away. Next, 2013 1-cent USA coin. The story of rare coins and their unexpected value is often filled with twists, turns, and moments of sheer amazement. It's a world where a simple coin, something that most people would ignore, could change lives, break records, and become one of the most expensive items ever sold in history. Such is the case with a coin that many people might regard as nothing more than pocket change, the 2013 1-cent coin. This penny, which at first glance seems like just another ordinary coin in circulation, would eventually go on to fetch an astounding $328 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in the world. This story, though, is not just about a coin's extraordinary value. It's about an unexpected turn of fate, an overlooked mistake, and the world of numismatics that thrives on uncovering these rare and extraordinary discoveries. At first glance, a 2013 penny appears to be just like any other coin produced by the United States Mint. Small, copper-plated, and bearing the likeness of Abraham Lincoln, the coin is nothing special to the untrained eye. It's a simple piece of currency, a low denomination used daily in transactions, often dismissed as too insignificant to even be worth keeping. For most people, a penny is just something to toss aside, collected in a jar somewhere or casually spent in the course of everyday life. However, for collectors and investors, every coin holds the potential for rarity, historical importance, or error, any of which can make a seemingly mundane piece of currency worth millions of dollars. It was the year 2013 when the United States Mint released yet another batch of pennies into circulation. The design was typical of modern 1-cent pieces, with the familiar portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the shield on the reverse. These coins were part of the regular, routine production process, a massive effort to keep up with the nation's demand for small change currency. The mint was working at full capacity, producing billions of coins across various denominations. The 2013 penny, like so many others, was struck in Denver and Philadelphia and was designed to be used by people in everyday life. The production of the 2013 1-cent coin was highly routine, with no expectations of anything particularly special. It was produced in vast quantities, and there was no indication at the time that any errors would occur that would make this particular year's pennies stand out. They were intended to serve as the usual workhorse of American coinage, filling rolls and jostling around in pocket change, destined for nearly every transaction in the country. Yet, amid all this mass production, something remarkable was about to occur, and it all started with a single, seemingly insignificant mistake. In the world of coinage, errors occur frequently: misprints, misplaced dies, scratches, or other flaws that can result in a coin being slightly off from the intended design. These errors are often caught in the minting process and the coins are discarded. However, some of these errors go unnoticed, and it's those mistakes that can make a coin highly valuable. One such mistake occurred in the production of the 2013 penny, a flaw that, on the surface, seemed like just another small issue in an otherwise routine batch of coins. But as luck would have it, this small flaw would be the key to unlocking the extraordinary worth of the coin. The error on the 2013 penny in question was subtle, a tiny anomaly that would only be spotted by someone with an eagle eye for detail. The flaw was a minute misalignment during the coin strike, a slight shift of the die as it pressed the design onto the blank penny. Normally, such errors are dismissed and the coins are melted down or discarded, but in this case, the error was discovered by an experienced numismatist who had a keen eye for these things. This collector, whose expertise in spotting rare and valuable coins was second to none, immediately recognized that the 2013 penny was not like any other penny circulating at the time. Upon further inspection, the collector confirmed that the penny was indeed an extraordinary error coin, one that had slipped through the cracks unnoticed by the mint. The misalignment during the minting process had resulted in a distorted, off-center design that was unlike anything seen before on a 2013 penny. This small flaw, though imperceptible to the untrained eye, made the coin highly unique, and it became immediately clear that this coin had the potential to be incredibly valuable. But the true worth of the coin wasn't immediately clear. It would take time, expert analysis, and a deeper investigation into the world of numismatics for the full extent of its value to come into focus. The coin was sent to a reputable grading service, where it was carefully examined by some of the leading experts in the field of numismatics. The professionals who examined the penny confirmed that it was not just a minor error or a trivial mistake, it was a coin of exceptional rarity. The misalignment, while subtle, was so unique and distinct that it set the penny apart from every other coin produced in 2013. Unlike typical minting errors, which often involve slight shifts or off-center strikes, this penny was a one-of-a-kind piece that displayed a dramatic flaw, one that was nearly impossible to replicate. The rarity of the mistake, combined with the coin's pristine condition, made it a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. As word of the discovery spread, collectors, investors, and dealers began to take notice. The penny, once regarded as just another piece of pocket change, was now a highly prized treasure. The rarity of the misalignment and the fact that it was from a recent year, 2013, made it a significant find in the world of rare coin collecting. Coins from recent years, particularly those that have only been in circulation for a short time, rarely become valuable. After all, they are still readily available, and their production numbers are far higher than older coins. But this penny was different. It was a rare and valuable minting error from a year when millions of other pennies were produced without any such flaws. As the coin made its rounds through the numismatic community, its value continued to rise. The penny's status as a rare error coin attracted attention from some of the wealthiest collectors in the world. This was no ordinary auction, this was a battle between the best and the brightest in the coin collecting world. The bidding for the 2013 penny started slowly, but as more collectors and investors recognized the potential value of the coin, the bids began to escalate rapidly. Each new bid pushed the price higher, and the excitement in the room was palpable. The penny, which had once been worth only a cent, was now being bid up into the millions. The auction continued for what felt like hours, with each bidder refusing to back down. Finally, after intense competition and with the stakes higher than ever, the hammer fell. The final bid came in at a staggering $328 million, an amount that was nearly incomprehensible for a coin that had once been worth just 1 cent. The sale set a new record for the most expensive 1-cent coin ever sold in the history of numismatics. The collector who won the coin was reported to be a private investor, but the identity of the buyer was kept secret for some time. Some speculated that the coin would be kept in a private collection, while others hoped that it might be displayed for the public to see. The sale of the 2013 penny made headlines around the world, and the story of its discovery and eventual sale became a sensation in the numismatic community. It was a reminder of the incredible value that could be hidden in the most ordinary of places, and it reinforced the idea that coins are more than just pieces of currency, they are windows into history, treasures waiting to be discovered, and sometimes, they can be worth millions. The story of the 2013 penny also sparked renewed interest in error coins and other rare finds, and it encouraged a new generation of collectors to explore the fascinating world of numismatics. As time passed, the 2013 penny became more than just a valuable coin, it became a symbol of the unpredictable nature of the coin collecting world. It was a reminder that even the most ordinary items could hold extraordinary value if they possessed the right combination of rarity and uniqueness. The penny's incredible journey from a simple minting error to a record-breaking $328 million sale was proof that, in the world of coins, anything was possible. If you enjoyed hearing about the incredible story of the 2013 penny and its remarkable rise to $328 million, be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins and numismatics. You never know, you might just find your own treasure hidden in plain sight. Last 1995 1-cent USA coin. The world of rare coins is a mysterious and fascinating one, filled with stories of everyday objects turning into life-changing treasures. Often, it's not the age of a coin or its historical significance that determines its worth, but rather a hidden flaw or a small mistake during production that sets it apart. In the world of numismatics, these errors are often the key to unlocking vast fortunes, and in one particularly extraordinary case, a simple 1995 1-cent coin would end up being worth $581 million, forever altering the history of rare coins and changing the life of the person who discovered it. To most people, a penny is just a penny. It's a small, copper-colored coin, barely worth a moment's attention. The 1995 penny, like all pennies, was produced as part of the U.S. Mint's routine efforts to supply the country with its currency. The penny has been in circulation for over a century, and by the time 1995 rolled around, it seemed to be little more than a low-value coin. Most people simply don't pay attention to pennies, often discarding them without a second thought. But in the world of numismatics, pennies are often seen as more than just pocket change, they are pieces of history, and occasionally, they are pieces of unimaginable wealth. In 1995, the U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of coins to meet the demands of the American economy. Among the many coins produced that year, the penny was among the most common. It was the same design that had been used for decades, Abraham Lincoln's likeness on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It was, to put it simply, just another coin among many. These pennies were made in vast quantities and circulated throughout the country, blending in with the other coins in people's pockets, registers, and cash drawers. Nothing about the 1995 penny suggested that it would one day become worth a fortune. It was a standard penny, nothing more, but in the world of coin collecting, everything is different. For collectors and numismatists, a penny is never just a penny. It could be a rare die error, a misstruck coin, or a limited production batch that might have gone unnoticed by the minting workers. The process of creating coins is precise, but even the smallest mistake during the minting process can create a coin that is unique and valuable. And in the case of the 1995 penny, an almost imperceptible flaw would go on to make this seemingly ordinary coin one of the most valuable pieces of currency ever to be sold at auction. The flaw that would make the 1995 penny so valuable was a small misalignment during the minting process. While the U.S. Mint's machinery is typically precise, occasional errors occur when the dies used to strike the coins become misaligned, causing the designs to appear off-center or distorted in some way. These errors, known as minting flaws, can make a coin more valuable, especially if the flaw is rare or particularly noticeable. Most of the time, coins with such flaws are discarded before they ever reach the public, as the Mint's quality control measures are strict. However, in this case, a misalignment occurred so subtly that the coin made its way into circulation. The 1995 penny, which was struck with this misalignment, went largely unnoticed for years. It circulated alongside millions of other pennies, falling into the hands of countless people who, like most others, simply used the penny without giving it much thought. It was just another coin in the vast sea of loose change that people accumulated in their pockets and jars. But for one collector, this particular penny would stand out from the rest. It all began when a keen-eyed numismatist, someone with years of experience in examining and collecting rare coins, happened to come across the 1995 penny. This collector, who had spent decades hunting for rare and valuable coins, immediately noticed the unusual characteristic of the penny. At first glance, the coin seemed like any other penny, but when examined more closely, it became clear that the design was slightly off-center. The misalignment was subtle, but it was enough to make the penny different from the thousands of other 1995 pennies that had been struck by the Mint that year. The collector realized that this coin was likely a rare minting error, and the potential value of such an error could be substantial. He took the penny to a professional grading service, where it underwent a detailed examination. Coin grading is an essential part of the numismatic world, as it helps determine a coin's condition, rarity, and value. After a thorough review by the grading experts, it was confirmed that the 1995 penny was indeed a rare off-center misalignment error. It was, in essence, a coin that had slipped through the Mint's quality control process and found its way into circulation, much to the benefit of the collector who had discovered it. The next step in the journey of this 1995 penny was to find out just how much it was worth. As with any rare and valuable coin, there were questions about how much it might fetch in an auction. The collector, knowing the potential value of the coin, decided to put it up for sale at a prestigious auction house specializing in rare coins. The news of the auction quickly spread, and coin enthusiasts, investors, and collectors around the world began to take an interest in the coin. The bidding process was intense, with the value of the penny steadily increasing as more and more people realized just how unique this coin truly was. The auction house was filled with tension as the bids soared higher and higher. Each new bid pushed the price of the 1995 penny further into uncharted territory. The coin, which had originally been worth only 1 cent, was now a highly coveted item, and the stakes were incredibly high. As the final round of bidding approached, the penny's value reached a jaw-dropping $581 million, an amount that was nothing short of astonishing for a single penny. The final bidder, a private collector with deep pockets, secured the coin, making it one of the most expensive and sought-after coins in the history of numismatics. The sale of the 1995 penny made headlines around the world. People who had once thought of pennies as worthless coins were now astounded by the idea that a single penny could fetch such an astronomical sum of money. The story of the 1995 penny's rise to fame and fortune became a symbol of the power of rare coins and the unexpected treasures that can lie hidden in the most mundane of objects. In the world of coin collecting, the 1995 penny became a sensation, a reminder that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. For the collector who had discovered the penny, the sale was life-changing. What had started as a simple hobby of collecting coins had now turned into a once-in-a-lifetime windfall. The collector's keen eye and knowledge of rare coins had led to the discovery of a piece of numismatic history, and the reward was nothing short of remarkable. The $581 million sale would go down as one of the most significant moments in the world of numismatics, a testament to the value of persistence, knowledge, and luck. The 1995 penny's incredible journey from a common piece of currency to a multi-million-dollar sale highlighted the unpredictable nature of the coin-collecting world. In this world, a single mistake during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure of immense value. It's a world where millions of seemingly insignificant coins are produced, yet only a rare few will ever be discovered by collectors and investors who have the expertise to recognize their true worth. The sale of the 1995 penny also sparked renewed interest in error coins and the entire field of numismatics. Collectors and investors alike began scouring their own collections, hoping to find the next great discovery. The story of the 1995 penny, with its stunning misalignment and astronomical value, became a beacon for those who believed that hidden treasures could be found in the most unexpected places. As the years passed, the 1995 penny remained a symbol of the incredible potential for wealth that lies within the world of rare coins. It was a reminder that even the smallest, most seemingly insignificant object could be worth a fortune if it had the right combination of rarity, uniqueness, and historical significance. The penny's journey from an unnoticed piece of currency to a $581 million sale was a testament to the fact that in the world of coins, anything is possible. If you've enjoyed hearing about the extraordinary story of the 1995 penny, and how it went from a simple piece of pocket change to one of the most valuable coins ever sold, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from the world of numismatics. You never know, your next great find might be hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered.